Hi everyone, it's Kelly from Kellie's Bead Boutique. So quite a few years ago, I made this bracelet called the Vertebrae bracelet. At least that's what I called it. I think it's been floating around out there for quite some time and we've just always sort of put our own spin on it. So now I'm going to show you how to make what I call the Vertebrae Redux bracelet. So it's essentially the same kind, but we've added a little component in the middle and made it just a little bit different. And I think you're going to really love it. So come and join me and I'll show you how to make it. Alright, so today to make the Vertebrae Redux bracelet, I have about a meter of 1.5 millimeter leather cording. I also have some 6/0 Miyuki seed beads. I think it's important to use Miyuki for this because they have consistent holes and we want to make sure that we can get these beads over top of the leather. I have this little connector with a cute little tree of life on it. I have a small button. I have 2 large hole beads and the holes need to be large enough to fit over 2 passes of the leather. And I have some 5 millimeter jump rings and these are pretty small as in gauge. I think they're about a 21, about a 21 gauge, and I have about 40 of those. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my leather in half. And you know, I always have too much leather because I like to work with more than less. And the only tools we're really going to need are a pair of scissors. Okay, so I'm just going to put one off to the side here. So I'm going to take my leather and run it through one of the connectors. I'm just going to find the middle of that. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it so it's on its side a little bit. And I'm going to place my little tube. Oh, I forgot to mention I have one of my barrel knot tubes. So you can just do a lark's head knot or an overhand knot or whatever you like to do on this. But you know, I like to do my barrel knots. So I'm going to take the one that's furthest away from me, pull it around to the front, and I'm going to go around once. And I'm just going to go twice on this one. I don't want to have a lot of knots. So I'm going to run that through the end, pull that through, and then remove the little tube. And I'm going to push it up with the one that I wasn't using. So that was this one here, and then I'm going to pull it tight with the one that I was wrapping with. So it just takes a minute to get that all sort of pushed into the place. And there we go, we have our nice little barrel knot. Okay, so that's what we're going to end up with. So now I'm going to take one of my large hole beads. Now you want to make sure that this will fit over there, and you've got to be careful. Like this one's a fairly snug fit. I'm going to push it up gently. I don't want to pull it too fast and then strip any of the color off the leather because these are all dyed leathers and we don't want to remove any of the dye. So there we go. We have that on there. So now I'm going to take one of my little jump rings and I'm going to place that over both pieces of my leather. All right, so that's the first thing I'm going to start with. Now on one piece of leather, I am going to take one of my beads. Now if it doesn't fit, what I suggest is taking your scissors and cutting it on a real sharp angle. And I'm going to do that on both ends. And you will find that that makes all the difference because that little blunt end makes it really hard to get on there. Okay, so I'm going to put one bead on one side and sometimes it gets a little hard to get it going. There we go. Okay, and then on both I am going to place one of the jump rings. Now these are different lengths because I did that barrel knot, so you don't want to trim it because you're going to need that later on. It is easier if they're together, so you could push them together like that for getting these on. So I've got a jump ring over both and a seed bead on one. Now I'm going to take the one that doesn't have the seed bead and I'm going to add a seed bead onto it. And this is going to be our pattern. So now I'm going to take both and you can even them up to make life easier. And these are little open jump rings, so you want to make sure that the jump rings are all closed before you start. So you might just have to sort of go through them and kind of cull them, as I call it, and make sure that they're all nicely closed. So I'm going to push that up, and then I'm going to take another one and put it on the other one that I first started with. And these a little snug. You could use 1mm leather, but I like a little bit heavier look on this. So, whoops, I'm losing beads. So you just have to make sure that it does fit for you. So you can see how that's working out now. So now I'm going to put another one of my jump rings on both pieces of leather. And I'm going to repeat that pattern over and over again. So I've got a jump ring on both, a seed bead on one side, a jump ring on both, a seed bead on one side, a jump ring on both, seed bead on one side, and I'm just going to repeat that pattern. So I'm going to keep doing that for a little bit, and then I'll come back. Alright, so you can see that I've continued with my little pattern all the way along, and what you want to do is go until you're about halfway around your wrist, minus just a little bit because we're going to have to add our clasp on the end. So now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to add my other piece of leather that I've got. I'm going to run that through, finding my middle point. Turn that over, put my little barrel knot tube in there, take the one furthest away from me, and then I'm going to wrap that around twice. You can see I'm always holding on to that knot to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Put that through the back side of the tube, hold on to my knot, pull that through the tube, and then I'm going to tighten that up. So it's sort of just pushing it up with the one that I wasn't tying it with, and then tightening it up with the one that I was. So sometimes you have to just move them around a little bit until you get that figured out. And you can see I'm not really just pushing, I am sort of pushing and pulling, and I get this exactly the way I want it before I tighten it up. So there we go, we have our second one on there, and then I'm going to put on my large hole bead, and then I'm going to put on one of my jump rings, and I'm going to continue with my pattern just like I did on this other one. So I'm going to again finish this side, and then I'm going to come back and show you how to complete the bracelet. Alright, so you can see that I've got all of my beads on both sides, and this is just about 6 inches, so you have to sort of make it, you know, whatever size you'll need, so you might need a little more or a little less. So the way that we're going to finish this off is you want to make sure that you end with a seed bead and not one of your jump rings. So I'm going to take my long piece of leather, so I'm just going to flip that over and make sure that's the one on top. And I will place my barrel knot tube in between, and I'm going to just make another little 2 wrap there. Bring that through the back end, pull that out, and then pull that down. And I want to have that sitting fairly close to my beads. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to place my button on here. So I'll take my button and run one end of the leather through the shank, and then I will tie, I'm just going to probably tie an overhand knot. I mean, you could try and tie a barrel knot, but it might be a little hard. I'll try it. Let's see what happens. I usually just do overhand knots on those, but we'll try a barrel knot. I just don't want this knot to get in the way of the button, so we'll have to try and squish it down there as far as we can. Now the one thing that I forgot to bring to the table, because you know I always forget something, is some glue. And you definitely, when you're doing these barrel knots, you definitely want to use some glue on these. They do hold, but you want to make sure that you've got it in there nice and tight. So what I'm going to do is just pull this in there as tight as I can against that shank. So it's a little hard to see, I'm sure. But there we go. I needed to pull that in a bit more. Grab the other one and tighten that up. So now that should go in there nice and easily. Okay, so just tighten it up Oh, my fan from my store just kicked in, so I'm sure you'll hear that now. Okay, so I'm going to just trim that off. And I will put a little dab of glue there, and then I'll turn it over and do a little dab of glue right inside there, and then let that set up. So I'll do that after the fact. And then we're going to repeat on the other end, but we're going to make a room for our button. Okay, I've got lots here, so I don't have to worry about which side I'm using. So I'm going to just do 1, 2, always working towards my left hand, taking the back side of that, putting it through the tube, and then pull the tube out, holding on to that knot as I'm pulling so that the knot doesn't get away from me. And then now I can move it down. Get that nice and tight. And you can see I take my time. I try not to rush things when I'm doing them. And so now I need to measure for my knot. So I know that my knot, sorry, not my knot, my buttonhole. So I know I need it to be about that big. So I'm going to place my tube in between. And again, if you're not comfortable doing the barrel knots, you can just simply do overhand knots. But you know, I can't do anything with leather without a barrel knot. It's just my thing. Okay, so I'll do 2. Run that through the back end. Pull that out. And then tighten it up. So what I want to do is I want to put my thumbnail approximately where that button needs to go. You hear all the cars in the background here too. I'm on a busy highway, so between you know, fire trucks and police cars and everything else, it can be noisy here. All right, so that's about where I want it. So now you can take a bead if you want and embellish the end. So I like to just take my barrel knot tube and go around twice and put it through the end there. Pull that out. And then I don't really worry where it falls because I do want this to dangle down a little bit. So I'm going to sort of pull that down. And there we go. So now I've got like a little bit of a dangle there, and then I'll trim that off, and then I'll do the same on the other side. And again, you don't have to embellish it. You can leave it just how it is and just trim off the leather, or you can leave your leather really long and have some fringy sort of things hanging on there. That's a nice thing about making your own jewelry. You can do your own thing. Okay, almost done here. Tighten that up, trim it off. And so then I would take some glue and I would place some glue on either end of these little knots and then place some on that side and in there. You just always want to glue all of your little knots, and then you should be able to get that done up nice and easily. There we go. There we go. There is our Vertebrae Redux bracelet. This one is so much fun to wear. You'll get lots of compliments and everybody's going to wonder how you did that. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give me a like. Leave me a comment. I love to hear from everybody. And I will have a kit available with this one. I'll have a couple different color choices. So you just have to go into the drop-down menu, into the more, or like you'll see like a little arrow, and it'll have a link to the kits available. We have a secure shopping site. I live in Canada, but I ship to the US, probably more to the US than I do even into Canada. I head down once a week and do the mailing myself, so it helps save you a little bit of money. And don't forget, you'll save about 30 to 35% because you're American for the most part. If you're in Canada, well then you just pay Canadian dollars. But if you're in the US, you actually save that little bit of exchange, which is kind of nice. And it's not even just a little bit, it's over 30%. So I really appreciate everybody watching, and I really appreciate all the orders that I get with all these videos that I do. They're a lot of work for me, but I really love them, and I know that you guys all enjoy them so much. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching.